Good morning to you, and thank you so much for finding time to being with us. My name is Miriam Uguta, and as usual, it is a pleasure to have you on board. The day is the 7th of July, 2022, and in Kenya, the day is famously known as Saba Saba. This is the day that is remembered as when there was a nationwide protest that took place on the 7th of July 1990, and Kenyans took to the street to demand free elections. And of course, the politicians who had called for the protest, Kenneth Matiba, Charles Rubia, were arrested days before the protest today. And we know there are few surviving politicians who took place in that very significant day that are still alive today. So it is commemorated here in Kenya, and also it is a day that is commemorated in Tanzania. The 7th of July celebrates, among other things, the 1954 founding of the Tanzania political party, TANU. So they also celebrate that today in Tanzania. So thank you so much. On the other side, from the coastal city of Mombasa, we are joined by Dr. David Matanga. Doctor, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Miriam. Thank you very much on this Saba Saba Day, 7/7/2022. Where Raila stood high, where freedom was needed, where Ruto was oppressing many people. On that time, in that year, Ruto was a workmate of Kenya Y92, KY92. So he shouldn't even be talking on this day. He never wanted anybody to come out and protest. I don't know what he's going to say today. But here I am, right from Mombasa, the capital city. The Miriam, I can tell you, the winds seem to have now subsided. And here we are. The sail is gone down, and everything looks like it is okay coming back to reality. And we can walk. It has been raining throughout. When all our groups were around here, and now the groups are scattered. They are going to be joining us shortly from different locations. And I want to thank you very much, Gladwell. I want to thank you very much, my man of the Great Rift Valley, for standing for us in Kericho, in Njoro, in Naivasha. Get ready tomorrow and Saturday. We are in Nakuru for the flagship legacy of the President, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. That's all we are doing. We don't have any quarrel with anybody. If you have a quarrel with us, go and tell Angel Gabriel that we are doing this subject. And then tell us why we should not talk. Then ask God why God gave us the strength to talk. He told us to talk on 7/7/7 Saba Saba. Raila Odinga was suffering, and Mr. Ruto was not suffering. He was enjoying matunda ya Moi. Thank you very much. Back to the studio. I am here now. Yes, look at the man himself, right from here. Thank you very much, Miriam, for hosting us. And across there, Nakuru, your correspondent of the Legacy and in Kiambu, she's back with new operations in Kiambu. So let's hear that Miriam, back to you in the studio. I am very happy to be on this show. Diplomatic leaks this morning, Texas. But Miriam will go through the newspapers, then we come to what has President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta achieved diplomatically for this whole 4 years, since 2018 and 10 years since 2013. What has he achieved? How far is Kenya? Is Kenya now having a well-stamped written foreign policy? Those are the things we are going to look at as the main topic after reading through the newspaper headline review. Back to you, Miriam, in the studios in Nairobi. I am Dr. David Matanga, son of soil, Manzi, Dr. David Matanga. I've been baptized by Nigerians as Dr. Manzi David Matsanga. That's the new name the Nigerians gave me apparently now. I didn't know it has gone trends in Nigeria. So for the fight of the truth, and I will continue speaking the truth. Ruto is not going to silence me. Chemkati is not going to silence me. Why can they try to write and say, I have been speaking the truth, anything fake? There's nothing fake. We told these people that the papers were being printed in the river road of Europe. Now, what is the problem here? We told them the truth. We don't care about who took the money. Me, I'm more concerned about the process. The money is there to be gambled. But if you gamble it, you have gambled it. But I'm about the process. I was warning Kenyans that these papers are being printed in Europe. Europe is the river road. Greece is the river road of Europe. Thank you very much. Back to you, Miriam, in Nairobi. Thank you very much, my sister.
All right, Doc, thank you for that. And before I bring in the rest of the correspondents, I'd like to bring us up to date with what is on the headlines this morning. And just before we came on air, IEBC was holding a press conference where it was updating the country on its latest as far as preparedness of the elections is concerned. And I heard the commissioners there responding to some of the questions that Kenyans have been wanting to know. So we will get into that conversation in a bit. So let me just bring us the headlines on the Daily Nation this morning. Exposed, names behind polls lies. Politicians are financing a flurry of falsehoods and distortions aimed at winning them backing in the August elections. A nation investigation that involved analysis of tens of thousands of Twitter, TikTok and Facebook posts shows raising questions about the pervasive use of propaganda, manipulations, trolls and disinformation, and how this influence the quality of leaders Kenyans elect. You'll find that on page 12 and 13. High gas prices despite tax cuts. That is on page 11. Court freezes billions in money laundering probe. That is on page 10. Come clean, IEBC told on polls claims. Pressure was mounting last evening on the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, Chairman Wafula Chebukati, to come clean on several accusations about secret affairs at the poll agency. The story is on page 4 of the Daily Nation, and Rigathi and Safaricom, or find that analyzes the main headline on the Daily Nation. So we move on to the Standard newspaper. The main headline: Raila's threat to boycott polls on rigging claims. Azimio leader alleges a plot to use electronic voting system to sneak in 200 ballot papers in each of the 10,000 polling stations as he demands a manual register. That you'll find on page 11. Spotlight on crucial power handover team. The government of President Kenyatta is already putting up a handover team that will be responsible for handing over of the instruments of power to the next government. President Uhuru Kenyatta is winding up for real. That story is on page 6. And more Kenya founders on life under oppression. As we mentioned, the country is marking Sabasaba today. The young men who pushed for change using what the state branded as seditious literature speak on what drove them into advocating for change and how they managed to do it clandestinely, and events that led to the death of the movement. You'll find that in a special coverage of page 14 and 15 on the Standard newspaper. The Star newspaper: why IEBC chiefs are under siege. Raila says no election without complementary manual voter register. And then police raid Eldoret, bang greenhouse, 6 suspects. This person was planting weed, not bang, marijuana. He rented a very nice house and he was planting it inside. A young man from Eldoret. They're taking, advice from Wajakoya apparently very, very seriously, and they're implementing part of Wajakoya's manifesto. That is what Kenyans are saying, not me. But the story is on page 3. Allow 3 PET scans a year, KU hospitals tells NHIF, and aborted 115 billion Kenya shillings Eurobond leaves Treasury in crisis. That is on page 6. So that is what we have on the leading newspapers this morning. Doc, I don't know if you have the papers from across Africa and outside, or we just jump on to the topics that we have today. Okay, So maybe I'll take us through quickly. I think I have them. I believe I do have them. I will not get into the details. The Nation from Nigeria. Kuje prison, 64 Boko Haram suspects escape after attack. The Guardian, also from Nigeria, Buhari decries poor intelligence at Kuje jailbreak, demands probe. The Daily Monitor from Uganda, how minister foiled local government staff strike. And the New Vision from Uganda, all government directors lose jobs. And then the Daily Telegraph from the UK, mortally wounded PM. That is, the Prime Minister defies cabinet demands that he quit. And I think there's a recent person that has just quit from his cabinet minister that has just quit. And, have been an increased pressure for Boris Johnson to quit. That Partygate that happened during COVID lockdown, and desperate deluded Prime Minister clings to power. That is the Guardian from the UK. The Citizen from Tanzania, Tanzania's role as world celebrates Kiswahili Day, which is also today, and also Daily News, Tanzania to reap more from IDA Summit, and Daily News also from Zimbabwe push to exhume Nkomo steps up, and then Newsday from Tanzania, ZEC, that is the electoral body in Tanzania, to consider new voters bleeds. And I think that is what we have from some of the newspapers across the continent and outside. Thank you so much. Doc, we are also joined by, Gladwell Kiragu from Nairobi. Gladwell, a very good morning to you.
A very good morning to Miriam. A very good morning to Dr. David Matsanga. Good morning to my fellow correspondents and to our viewers.
All right, and we're also joined by Kiptanui Savania, all the way from Rift Valley. I don't know where he is today, but he will let us know. Kiptanui, good morning.
A very good morning to you, Miriam. Good morning to Bakari. Good morning to my fellow correspondents. I'm joining you live from Nakuru CBD. Thank you. Thank you for having me for this show.
All right, thank you so much. So, of course, we will start with the latest, and that is the issue of IEBC before we get into our main topic of the day. They just made an address at a press conference just moments ago, and some of the questions that we've been raising here, they attempted to answer, and they try to explain the reason why there will not be the physical registers, and that is because some people might decide to take them up in the middle of the night and stuff the boxes and all that. I don't know, Doc, I'm sure you were watching that press conference, so maybe you could start us off from there.
Jabukati has simply said no election. The law is very clear. The court made it very clear that two of those must be there. That's it. There is no election now. I told you, I kept on telling you that there will be no election in Kenya. You see now?
The court already ruled we should have the physical registers.
Yes, the physical. There is no election here. So why is Chebukati refusing to put a register there? Why did he print it? Yes. Why did he print it? Why did he put it among the papers that are being printed in Greece? For what use? For decoration. Voila. I told you. Miriam nilikuambia nyenye niliwaambia nyenye. I told you that this thing is going to be very bad. Umeona hapo? Raila has said, without the register, no election. The law, the judges, the court made it very clear. Both of them have to be present. You can't just, why is he sticking on? Because he wants to use Kinchiri to manipulate the figures. That's why he's sticking on that. We know it. You know, Chebukati is playing with fire. Fire. He's going to take this country to the dogs. That family of Chebukati, Chinus, they are all corrupt. You remember the other one who was in the EACC with the wife. They ate the whole EACC. You remember? That's the whole party. They do business Naruto. Uyo. These guys. No. Let them mention here that I'm the one who. Have I given any false? I warned the Kenyans 2 years ago, isn't it? Tanui, you are my follower on each thing I say on Facebook. 2 years ago, what did I write? What did I write about ICC? You speak from your mouth, yourself, from Nakuru. What did I say?
Indeed, Daktari, whatever you've said about IBC is correct. 2 years ago, you had predicted that Chebukati is doing business with William Ruto and is not ready for credible elections. Now, on your post, I have been following you for so many years. There is nothing that you said, Dr. Masianga, has gone to the opposite direction. Everything you said is true, and there is no elections. Raila Odinga this is not the first time that Raila Odinga has actually boycotted the election. There are no elections.
And of course, thank you, Kiptanui, for that. Of course, IEBC addressed the issue of the claims that Azimio One Kenya Alliance were making about some ballot papers, plans of them coming through to Uganda and into the country illegally. And the IEBC, of course, has responded. And what really caught my attention is the response given by the IEBC that seems not to treat this matter with seriousness it requires. Remember when Ruto was complaining about almost 1 million of his voters being transferred? I thought that was a very grave matter, and IEBC treated it so dismissively, and this is another matter that is being brought. I was hoping that perhaps he would have an audience, the commission would have an audience with Azimio One Kenya Alliance and sit down and say, fine, why are you saying this, and do you have the proof, and can we look at it so that we're able to actually, they are able to protect the integrity of this process. So I don't know what you make of the response of IEBC and some of these claims that has been made by Azimio One Kenya Alliance, Gladwell.
Miriam, actually this morning I'm a very frustrated lady because yesterday night when I was sleeping, I checked my name in the register and I was missing, by the way. My name is not there. In the morning, I've also checked again online and my name is still not there. The last time I checked, my vote, I think, was in Nakuru. So that means we follow the way IEBC is saying that if your name misses, then you won't vote. Then I won't vote, because my name is missing. So IEBC is playing this the game of cat and mouse game. I think we are tired. And yesterday, I can't quite remember who said, because on Twitter it was on fire. Somebody said, why do you think Ruto is silent all of a sudden? And when he gave his opinion that 1 of his million voters are missing, all of a sudden he went quiet. IEBC didn't follow the matter. So IEBC, that is Wafula Chebukati and Ruto, there's a game they're playing. And this game is actually which will cost us chaos. We'll go back to the PEV. And Miriam, we are not ready. Some of these people have not healed. Some have never moved on from the post-violence election. So why do they want to play this hide and seek game with Kenyans? It's high time. Can they actually push this election, or we just do away with it? Because after all, Miriam, there is no way we can. Okay, if my name missed, then how many of these people are missing? For example, in the villages, some are not able to check their names, maybe, and then on the election day, you just go and maybe an old grandma is told that your name is not missing. How will you start explaining to that lady that she won't vote? How? So these are the votes which are, and then I come to understand why Ruto, when he said that 1 million of his voters were missing, all of a sudden he went quiet. Another thing, how did he know that 1 million voters were votes of his were missing? Yet even Wafula hadn't even announced. So this game, it's between Ruto and IEBC. Can they stop this game? And again, can they push this election till IEBC is ready to conduct the election? We are not ready for another war. I submit.
All right, and just a few highlights from that press conference that IEBC just had a moment ago. In terms of election preparedness, this is what the Chebukati said. Preparations, procurement has been finalized, and just for your information, there's some ballot papers that has already arrived, I think, in the country from what we were seeing. And what we are currently doing is the printing of ballot papers. Today, we are receiving the first batch of ballot papers arriving in the country. That is what Chebukati is saying. They will be receiving the first batch of the ballot papers, and also IEBC is abiding by a Court of Appeal ruling done in 2017 that the primary register to be used is the digital register, and that in the event of technology failure, the manual register is used, and the manual register is prepared from the digital register. That is what Marjan said, who is the CEO of IEBC. And Chebukati also said if a polling station has 600 registered voters, it will have 600 ballot papers. There is nothing like extra ballot papers being printed. And then the Electoral Commission has dismissed claims by Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition party of a plot to print extra ballot papers for next month's presidential election. IEBC chairman Wafula Chebukati said the printer would run 22,102,532 papers, which is equal to the number of registered voters for the August 9th elections. And the IEBC also dismissed Azimio's claim of a plan to ship the purported extra ballot papers through the country's porous borders, saying all papers would enter the country through JKIA. They were asked about if at all they have addressed the issue of lack of network coverage in the over 1,200 polling stations. I'm not sure what the IEBC said. I think I went to prepare for the show, but I'm sure I'll be getting that from Jeff, who is very helpful. He will send me that detail, that response, and I will share. But what struck my attention from that is by IEBC saying they will be abiding by the ruling in 2017, where they will be giving the digital register more precedence. But there is some point, I think, just a couple of weeks ago, Doc, when IEBC was insisting that in areas where there's no coverage, now that they're insisting on the digital aspect of it. And remember, some areas don't have coverage, but they said the manual registers or the manual returning, the papers will be given a precedence. So which is which? On one hand, you're saying, should technology fail, then the manual returning of the papers and all that will be given precedence. And on the other side, you're saying, no, it's only the digital section of it that will be given precedence. So which is which at this point?
Look,
Doctor.
I interpret law. What Chebukati is saying is very stupid.
That is the law.
Yes.
Okay.
Very stupid. No, honestly, I'm now talking like any other villager in Kenya would say. He's very stupid man. You can't tell us that when the technology fails, who are you to determine when it will fail? The court did not tell you put in some and leave in some. The court said both should be available for usage. Are you getting me? Miriam, that's exactly the question you're asking me. Put both of them for usage. So Chebukati is stupid. The word is stupid. And I'm going to insult him on Facebook right now. It's a very stupid man. That's it. You cannot say where the technology fails. Who? No. That, have you seen where they have been caught now? The court said both the manual, the register, and the kits should be present. If the man does not want to use, they should be used. They are not present there as statutes. The books are not there for decoration. The register is not there for decoration, Miriam. That is why I asked the question this morning. Why did he print the register then? That's why now he has come, he has seen, we have cornered him. Everything he brings, we corner. We have now cornered him. He's now saying it will only be used when the electronic fails. No. Mr. Raila, my fellow veteran, Don't accept that explanation. I've seen Pauline Njoroge writing here that, oh, at last, Nani has agreed. No, rubbish. Don't. We want a full register, operational. Njoroge, get out, stay outside. We want a full register, operational. Because these guys are going to cheat with data. They have already prepared to cheat with data, Miriam. They want to cheat this election through data. That's why they are saying now, they have jumped to another stage that, ile mashini kama inakataa. Sasa, mashini zote zinaweza kataa. Utafanya nini? All the machines we could also, as we are preparing, Miriam, there could be Russians waiting to kataza machine hizo zote.
And you know, technology is not perfect. It is bound to fail at some point. It might. So that is, we must make room for that. For error, yes. There will be.
What about if the Russians hacked into our computers and we had nothing to do? Chebukati will tell me the register should not be there. Nyenye wajinga nyenye sasa. Nyenye kama, if you don't cry for this, this guy is plunging you into chaos media. Unaona hiyo, anasema, only when technology fails. Nana, have I beaten him? No. Is the word stupid beating? No. Let him go take me to court. It is not even the word stupid is not hatred. Don't. After all, the British Prime Minister is being called very stupid, naive, ignorant. Where the English language came from. Have I made any mistake? Chebukati cannot accuse me for calling him stupid. Did I harm him? No, I'm just telling him his head looks very stupid. And I repeat again, stupid head. We move towards stupid kabisa. In Kalenjin, there is nothing wrong with calling you well stupid. Yes, isn't it? Tonight, tell us, is it wrong if I was in Eldoret?
It is not wrong. It is not wrong, Dr. It is not wrong. Actually, let me pick from where you've left. Let me try to add something here. I don't know if it is only me that I watched yesterday. The presidential candidate for Kenya Kwanza, William Samoei Ruto, saying that he has no problem with IBC. For the first time in history, he has no problem with IBC. He has no problem with Reverie. And he's actually one of the person who praised Allah that my 1 million voters have been struck from the IBC register. Miriam, how did he know? Is
it interesting that they no longer talk about that? Somehow now IBC is wonderful and great.
It is a darling to them. Do you know why? There is this gentleman who comes from Kericho, I think he's called Davis Chirchir. You remember? These guys are so good, telling us along the streets of Nakuru that we have Davis Chirchir. What is the role this gentleman play? This gentleman might have those civil resistance in Azimio strongholds. And I don't know, Miriam, whether you know that the Bugatti does not know the Raila Odinga is dealing with. With Raila Odinga today says there's no election. Before even we came up with these chips, we used to have manual register. Why don't you bring manual? It's a simple procedure. Why don't you bring manual register? It is because he has been given a lot of money to mess up with this election. So chaos will erupt, and then they will blame Asimio, saying this is the Raila is the party has been bringing chaos since the time immemorial where he has been contesting for president. So that is the analogy. That is the direction these people are taking. We will not agree on that. Let us postpone this election. Let your party rate be changed. It's also, I will applaud him. Let him sue.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. We apologize for that. We seem to have had a bit of a problem with the connection there, Captain Nui, but I'd like to bring in Cladwell. But before I do, let me just read what Marjan, the CEO of IBC, just said a moment ago. IBC is abiding by a court of Appeal ruling done in 2017 that the primary register to be used is the digital register, and that in the event of technology failure, the manual register is used and the manual register is prepared from the digital register. So he's saying the same thing, what these people are demanding. I don't know why he's going in rounds. That is what the court said, that we need the digital register as the primary register, but in case that fails, there should be in that polling station the presence of a manual register. So that is required to be there, and he's reiterating the same. So I don't know, where are we missing this point? Where is IEBC missing this point, or where is the other parties missing the point, Cladwell?
Miriam, they're not missing the point. I mean, they're not missing the point. You know, what is happening with IEBC, the corruption that is in there, it's actually high. And that's why, Miriam, as I said in my earlier comment, all of a sudden, Ruto went quiet, and as my brother said, for the first time, Ruto is comfortable with IEBC. A while back, even 2 months before, he was fighting the same IEBC. All of a sudden, is comfortable. Again, Miriam, let's go back to the villages, or maybe even in Nairobi itself, during the election, the electricity goes off, and there is no money register. What happens? So can they stop assuming? Can they stop? And that's what I'm saying, it's a cat and mouse game that is being played, and it got its own cheerleaders in between there. Yes, there's no way Ruto can be comfortable. Miriam, I can't be comfortable, for example, with you, and yet I've been fighting you. Then all of a sudden, I just become comfortable with you. That means there's something fishy going on. Or maybe I'm trying to use you for my own benefits. That is what is happening, actually. Then that is the case. But Miriam, we need the manual register. We need the digital register present. As I've said, personally, my name is missing. So what happens on August? Then I won't vote because my name is missing since yesterday it's not there. And I've had somebody say my name is also not missing. What is happening? We can, because the last time I checked, my name was actually where I was supposed to vote is Nakuru. My vote is in Juja, Kiambu County. So will I go to Nakuru? Now that it's missing, will I not vote? So can they stop playing these games they are playing? We need both the registers present, not only for the sake of, but I mean, for the sake of everybody, can they have the manual register and the digital register?
Very well. Very well, and we shall continue updating you on that as I continue getting the details of that press conference. Doc, do we jump in on
Miriam, before we leave that issue, let's not leave it prematurely. Now, I was telling Miriam a few months that check again.
I did check. In fact, I checked 3 days. I've checked 3 times, Doc. I'm becoming paranoid now.
And I was telling Kiragu, I told you, check your place. You might not be on the register. Thank you. Now, before we leave here, there's another thing we want, and our Guambo is going to announce it. We want to see the real premises of the printers in Greece.
But Doc, will that make any difference? Because
yes,
a huge chunk of the ballot papers are arriving in the country today.
They can arrive, we shall ban them. They will be used for toilet paper. Honestly, you cannot cheat people every time. You know this thing here. No, wait. Instead of people dying, these things government must wake up and get some people before they run away. Because some people are going to run away like a Chebukati. You cannot go and do your tender quickly and tell those people, bring. Yeah, this is like selling things in the market. Later, upesi before they said this, we are already there. Now you cannot cancel that contract. Hii kitu mnatufanya like what you did on Kimeroro and Emeroro Dam.
And there is a requirement that the stakeholders in the election election, like last elections, they all went there to the facilities and they took a look at what was happening as far as the printing of the papers and the preparedness was concerned. But this time, that has not happened, Doc. So you're raising a very important point. And also, as we sit here, we're still waiting for the other 40-plus candidates to be brought back to the ballot, the presidential ballot paper. And they're supposed to be part of that.
Most of the independent candidates,
they're coming back.
You can't tell me you are printing a presidential ballot paper and then different ballot paper. One tender is one tender. Who told Chebukati to hurry to bring the papers here? Who? Hii mambo mnafanya like what you did with Cameroon. Chebukati wants that money to be paid to that man. Then later on they compensate because the government will cancel the tender. Later upesi karatasi zikuwe hapa. Kenyan style. Why is it? Give me fictional. But if, these are thieves. I don't know how their children survive on stolen money. I don't want to say too many things.
No speaking Greek here today, but I hear you.
No, I'm not happy. No, listen. You Kenyans yourselves, you don't see this. This is theft. And it is being done by mafia people called Ruto, Chebukati, Wetangula. Wetangula is a well-known thief, serial thief. Serial. If he was in Chirisa, he can steal chicken. These ones that run in the garden. These are very bad people. I don't know. Miriam, I tell you, when Kibaki called me to do ICC case, I told Kibaki in Sheraton Hotel in presence of Dr. Gigonyo. I said, Mr. President, Dr. Gigonyo was my witness there. Mr. President, I can't work with a thief. You have called me to do this ICC case, but in mimi sitaki kufanya kazi na muizi. Nilisema namna hivyo kwa Kibaki. Kibaki anasema, my minister is a thief. I said, yes. It took only 3 months. The Tokyo embassy sank into Pacific Ocean.
and also, Doc.
Then Kibaki sent Gikonyo to ask me, how did this man from Uganda know that this man was going to steal the embassy? I had known Wetangula for a long time. Wetangula can never, you look, you cannot leave your wallet, your wife, your sister, your girlfriend near Wetangula. Those are 3 good things that Wetangula is capable of. Your wife, girlfriend, sister, Wetangula will steal them while you're laughing. I don't know what magic he has. Aliiba a girlfriend, a Ugandan journalist who came to me in Radisson Blue, in Addis Ababa, crying. Hey, no wonder the wife beat him up. Well, wacha maneno hiyo. I cannot, if my wife beats me up, I run very fast so that she doesn't beat me. Kiragu, you must be smiling behind the camera, but it's okay. These beatings, my wife is not very good in Kenya. So thank you very much, Miriam.
Gender-based violence is bad, period. So there is also something very important, Doc, that IBC has not yet, made transparent in the interest of transparency that even Azimi and other key stakeholders have been demanding. And that is the publication of the audit report of the Register of Voters, which the Commission is yet to do 1 month after receiving it. According to what is expected from IEBC, they're supposed to be open the voters register after the audit, and it was handed over to the IBC. That is supposed to be a matter of public access, as in our constitution, access to information. We are supposed to be able to access that. And on top of that, IBC is also under pressure to make public the party list that contains political party nominees to the Senate and the county and national assemblies. It has not made these records open to the public. So this is really denting the transparency and raising a lot of questions as far as the preparedness of these elections is concerned. Why is our voter register not out yet in public, Mr. Chebukati?
The voter register will not be in public because the voter register was tampered with. Miriam, I told you the exact number of people that Ruto had inserted in, where there is also a counter machine. Someone has a server somewhere, also counted it. Miriam, I'm telling you there is something very wrong here. I don't know where you are seated there. You must start getting worried. You know, Chebukati fixed with Ruto. They fixed 1.28 voters. Someone also used a server and the same system, removed them. Miriam, where have you gone now again? Eh? Good morning, viewers. Thank you very much. This is Punchline Africa Television, broadcasting from the Political Command Center in Nairobi. And in Mombasa, I am here. Douglas Kirimi, take us. Where are you now?
Good morning, Doctor, and to my co-panelists and also to our friends across the world. And thank you for having me on the show, Dr. David Matanga. I'm in Mombasa City County, courtesy of Punchline Africa TV. I'm about to leave. Still, we are documenting the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta, the legacy that you have defended with your own resources, with your own networks, and everything. The people across Mombasa and across the coastal region are very happy about the progress that President Uhuru Kenyatta has been able to bring to the region, and especially infrastructural projects. The city has been opened up. And actually, like you said the other day, Dr. David, that the Mombasa Makupa Bridge has now been turned into a tourist attraction. The causeway that was there before could not accommodate many vehicles. Now the bridge has been expanded. It is now a security installation and a tourist attraction. People would go there and watch the ocean reclaim its position again, because the water is going to flow freely from one end to the other of the bridge. And this is a great phenomenon. The people of Kenya would witness that while they are passing there. And also they are going to enjoy the beautiful sceneries around the bridge and all that. I believe from what you have documented and what you have always been defending, that the President of the Republic of Kenya has performed exemplary. And we believe that the people that will come, the next regime that will come, will continue the good legacy of His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta, Dr. David. And many thanks to you for committing to also broadcasting what the President has done. There are not many people in this country who can do the same. You are a selfless man. You have helped the President show the world what the people have been granted by their government, what their taxes can be able to do. And of importance, as I pen my contribution, Dr. David, is that also your television has given Kenyans a glimpse of what corruption has been able to do to this country. People have been able to see what the proceeds of corruption have been able to acquire in terms of vehicles, hotels, and other exclusive properties across the country. But also the most important point now is that the people have also can see what a government that is committed, or a leader that is committed into transformation of their region or their country, can be able to do, especially with the infrastructural projects the President has been able to develop across the country. he had an opportunity to steal that money, but he did not do that. And we thank him for that, for sticking to truth, justice, and also committing to serving the people of Kenya with equality and fairness, Dr. David. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Miriam, you unceremoniously departed.
Yeah, but I'm back now. I will tell you later, but I'm back now. Doc, and it's good to the update that Douglas Kirimi is giving us. I don't know where he is this morning.
He's in Mombasa.
He's in Mombasa.
Yes, he's in Mombasa. He's on his way taking off at the airport.
At the airport. Okay, that's
yes.
Good. Have a nice travel back. Douglas.
No, his plane is his jumbo jet arrives at about 1 o'clock. So he has time with us. Isn't it, Douglas?
Yes, Doctor. I have a few minutes to spare. Then I can be able to go and prepare everything.
Where is Karanja?
Karanja is also working on his ticket. And Gerard, we are all happy to be here, courtesy of Punchline Africa Television. And we thank God for you, Dr. David Matanga. And thank you for broadcasting this. I cannot wait to see this documentary get to the screens of Punchline Africa TV so that the people can see what the people are saying about the transformative agenda of the President of the Republic of Kenya. It's unbelievable. This is it.
This is it. We got into Dolphin inside. This is it. We got all the rooms of Dolphin and we brought it. We have it them live. We are bad boys. Why can't you celebrate yourself? Douglas?
Okay.
Yes, Dr. David Matanga, we've been able to go into Dolphin Hotel, of course, with your help, and also every project that are needed for us to be able to access where people have stolen money in Watamu and everywhere. We have been able to document everything, and we shall show the people of Kenya what people have been doing with their money versus what the President of the Republic of Kenya is doing with their money. The President has been able to invest their money wisely, whereas some have also invested their own and Kimolel monies into their own hotels so that they can be able to continue benefiting their families, whereas the President is interested in a legacy that is going to save the country and also help the people of Kenya move from one place to another. And Dr. David, of importance is that people should know that your contribution cannot be gainsaid about the whole issue. There is no media station or media owner in this country who has also documented corruption, especially from William Ruto's side, the way you have documented and also stood very firm, well at it. And people should brace themselves because we have said that vehicles were bought, towers were bought, we have access to their stores, and also we have every evidence that we need to be able to show the people, the pictures, everything. And we have done well, courtesy of your generosity and also contribution to that. I would urge the government to also invest resources in doing the same. If you can tell people you have dug a road and someone has stolen that money to dig that road and also tarmac it, please show us where they took the money. Show us the trail of that money. Show us the trail of those properties that you are alleging that the people are buying properties with proceeds of corruption. We have documented our own. We can only do as much as a company, as Punchline Africa TV. We can only do as much. There is so much that needs to be unearthed. There is so much that Kenyans needs to know, and also repossess those properties so that that money can go back to the initial work that it was intended for, so that we can develop this country and take this country forward, Dr. David.
Okay. Thank you so much. And Douglas, maybe it will interest you to know that the Deputy President William Ruto yesterday accused Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition presidential candidate Raila Odinga of protecting county chiefs, the governors, who are backing his bid and they're sanitized, so they're protecting them, they're shielding. He's accusing Raila and Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance of shielding corrupt governors.
Miriam, I have a contribution on that. I cannot lack anything to say on that because William Ruto is known, his party is known to also hold people help people in this country who are accused of corruption and other vices in this country. William Ruto needs to provide us with a list of governors who are being protected, who have stolen public funds, the same way he has been protecting Kipchumba Murkomen, who stole, together with William Ruto and others, who took the Aurora and Kimorel money, invested it in Mombasa hotels and also his current home. A lawyer that has never won a serious case in this country, a lawyer that has never been put on retainer by any serious international or national company in this country, has constructed in less than a period of 6 years, has constructed a very huge home in Karen, bought high-end vehicles and furnished his offices for campaigns and all that, with a lot of money that is proceeds of corruption. And we need to also, Miriam, be very bare knuckle. This is an election time. There are people in this country who continue hiding around and trying to show the people of Kenya that corruption is embedded in Azimio la Umoja. But we would want to let them know, Miriam, that every project that is that touches on Azimio la Umoja counties that are controlled by those governors, OMPs and all that, those projects have come to fruition. We need to know what happened to Aurora, Itare Dams and Kimorel. We need to also know what happened to several other projects across Rift Valley and other places, Miriam. The governor of Turkana, who is the presidential chairman of William Ruto's campaign, his governor, Jasper Tikori Nanok. This governor has received over 100 billion from World Bank and other international development agencies, and he has also received a lot of billions from National Exchequer so that he can be able to develop Turkana County. This man has done zero work. He is the chairman of Presidential National Secretariat of William Ruto. Governor Moses Kasaine Renakoral of Samburu is an ally of William Ruto. He's been accused of corruption, been taken to court and all that. This is the same man. This is William Ruto now telling us and teaching us, the people of Kenya, about corruption. Waitito, in a period of less than 2 years and a half, he accumulated properties worth over 5 billion shillings, has bought every big hotel and also built very huge houses in Runda, in Getogoro. And we need to know that he is a friend of William Ruto. Mike Sonko ran Nairobi dry and dried the coffers in Nairobi City Council until he was impeached. A friend of William Ruto, defender of William Ruto. We need to also know that Governor of Tharaka Nithi, Muthomi Njuki, who bought an incinerator worth 4 million, and this incinerator, he built the county at 34 million shillings together with his wife and his in-laws from Muranga. Muthomi Njuki, the governor of Tharaka Nithi, has dried the coffers of Tharaka Nithi County, a small county with 3 constituencies, but the Muthomi Njuki has taken every other money meant for development from that place, built a very huge plaza known as Generations Plaza in the main road of Kitui town. Muthomi Njuki, the governor of Tharaka Nithi, has taken relief food meant for the people and sold it, repackaged and sold it the same. We have the evidence. Miriam, this is the same man, Governor Wambora, Martin Wambora of Embu County, has stolen huge amounts of money in Tharaka, in Embu County. And this is the same man that we're still talking about becoming the senator he has been endorsed by William Ruto to become the senator for Embu County. Governor Anne Waiguru, I have not much to write about him because she's known, she's in the public limelight, courtesy of her corruption tendencies and all that. Miriam, Moses Kuria, the MP for Gatundu South, since 2014, when the former MP for Gatundu South, Joel Gugi, died, Moses Kuria has been able to run that constituency like a cowshed. He has been able to steal every other public penny that is meant for development of that place. And he has been invoking the name of the president to be granted a development favor so that he can be able to siphon county funds. He is on record stealing from the people of Gatundu and putting that money into the pockets of family members as contractors and all that. Miriam, we need to also be told the truth about Governor Samuel Oretunai of Narok County. This is a man who had a parallel revenue collection system for Masai Mara Game Reserve so that he can be benefiting from that, and also he has been accused of siphoning county funds and all that. Miriam, the list is endless. William Ruto is a shameless leader who wants to become the president of the Republic of Kenya in the next 32 days, and he also wants to continue the plan of this nation. We have a choice. Have we not democratically allowed William Ruto to continue plundering this country? Now, the next question to the people of Kenya. Are you going to allow William Ruto to continue doing what he is doing to the people of Kenya in the next 32 days? The question is up to you. The vote belongs to you. Please do not elect the people that are going to plunder this country. The people of Turkana have suffered. People of Samburu have suffered. People in marginalized counties like Tharaka Nithi have suffered in the hands of William Ruto and his cronies. A time has come for us as a country to move forward and also shun people who talk from one side of their mouth about corruption, but they are feeding from the same corruption. Beneficiaries of corruption since 1992. The chicken has come home to roost. To roost. A time has come for us to release ourselves from shackles of corruption, and a time has come for us to sanitize our country by electing leaders that are going to get into power and develop this country, Miriam. We have no problem with William Ruto running for president, but we have a problem for people who are going to vote for leaders that are going to continue the plan of our nation and finishing the natural resources that we have to develop the next generation, Miriam. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. And of course, yesterday the DP was campaigning in northeastern, in Marsabit, and this is what he said on matters of, I think, terrorism and insecurity. He said if he takes over after the August 9th elections, no residents of Marsabit will disappear mysteriously in connection with the terrorist activities. If there's somebody who is suspected of being involved in terror activities, they should be taken to court, not disappear, the DP said. And he was speaking in Moyale town. DP Ruto said some candidates in Marsabit who claim to be in Azimio are actually in his camp. But the issue of people disappearing and the DP deciding to use this as a tool for campaign, because, you know, that's a very emotive matter as far as terrorism in this country is concerned. I don't know if that was the right forum for him to comment on issues to do with that. Gladwell. Kiptanui.
Thank you, Miriam. That is not the right forum. It is actually the deputy president. This is the guy who actually brought in somebody called Aidin. What do you call this guy whom was developed by Akinasudi, that is a fruit farmer?
The modern fruit farmer, Aidin. Aaron.
Yes, Aaron. You see, Miriam is trying to fool Kenyans. Yeah, we don't know what is actually best in. You know, Miriam, this is a man who is a serial liar, a classical thief. You know, as my brother has put, actually, Douglas has put it very well, that 80%, not even 80%, almost everybody who is in this camp is a corrupt. They have corruption cases. They have a lot of problems with ASCC. They are in the radar of DCI. But you see, he's coming out saying that the DCI, the EACC, state capture, on all these lies. What is the reason of this? To cheat Kenyans? Who Kenyans? I want to say this in one statement, that comes August 9th, the people of Kenya will not wake up and vote for somebody who will loot this country dry. This country, Miriam, this country belongs to all of us. If we will not defend this country, where will your kids go? Where will your grandchildren go? We will not have a country in 5 years. One thing is that there is no problem when somebody has. I can not see corruption as a basis that cannot deny somebody leadership. Can you imagine somebody of that caliber saying that? That is very wrong. Look here. Today in the morning, I asked somebody in my Facebook page to tell me who was the first employer, who employed William Ruto after finishing university. We have no history of that. But you can see after some few years, he's so rich. So he's the beneficiary of the proceeds. He's the beneficiary of the proceeds of corruption. So let us actually resist him. Let us not give him an opportunity to come and rep this country anymore. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Doc, can we now cross over to this topic that has been elusive from the beginning of the week, President Uhuru Kenyatta's diplomatic legacy? Dr. Matanga. Good
Yes,
morning.
thank you. Good afternoon, I think.
Are
Is
you
it morning?
present?
Yes.
Are you really there?
Yes, I'm here.
You seem to be enjoying too much that breeze.
The breeze is not here. It has been zoned today.
Okay.
And Medium, as you can see all the way the tourists have come back. And we thank President Uhuru Kenyatta for what he did during the COVID. You can see all the beaches down there. There are people walking. People have brought their people, the families. The airport is full. The airport is full. Planes that are coming. You can't get a flight from Nairobi into Mombasa now. All hotels are booked. That is one of the things that we want to talk about next as a legacy of His Excellency President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. He brought a legacy. He's leaving a legacy. He fought COVID-19. He gave direction. The government gave direction. You saw everything was working so well. Therefore, we have to give a credit where it is due. The peace that we enjoy, the peace, the harmony, the water, that you can see water down that side there. That is where people are now. All the people, I saw planes at the Mombasa airport, chartered planes are pouring in, coming in, because people want to grab this sunshine in the next 3 months before they go to elections and then further. That's the topic we are going to come in right now. Diplomatically, switches on to a situation. Switches on to a situation where we need to see quite people working, where people are working in hotels have started working. You can see people are busy. There's no, everywhere you go, it's full. The whole place is full from all the hotels in the North Coast to South Coast. People have come in big numbers, and I assume
but
it is.
Doc, Dr. Devin D. yesterday, I think they addressed a press conference on behalf of Kenya Kwanza, the secretariat there, and I think being the economist that he is, he was trying to perhaps, I know you say hotels there are full, and even I think getting a booking to Mombasa right now is a problem. But he was saying the problem with our tourism sector is because we don't have budget hotels for hustler tourists. I don't know if that is true, because if you go to Mombasa, you can get even as cheap as you can afford, even the bed and breakfast or whatever. So, and the highest you can afford. I think we do have a couple of budget-friendly hotels and accommodations, not just in Mombasa, but also in Nairobi and other places. So I don't know, but he's saying there's no important budget hotels for the hustler tourists. So, okay.
You are talking of hustler tourists.
Yes, Devin D was saying, I mean, the hustler tourists are not catered for. I don't know if
Even
these hustlers are just a group of
those
people
who come from Britain are
part
hustlers.
of the bigger Kenyan community.
You cannot say the hustlers are only in Kenya.
We need to have hustler-friendly hotels. I don't know what that should look like, but we do have budget-friendly hotels across the country.
Why don't you ask him to make a Western Hotel hustler one? Let's start with the Western Hotel being a hustler hotel. Then we can, these hotels cannot be hustler. It is, you see.
But the point is, Doc, in Mombasa and anywhere else in this country, you can always find budget-friendly accommodation if you're looking for it.
Exactly.
They're there.
And
depending on your pocket, they're there.
It is in plenty. These people who are saying hustler, then you go and create your own world. Why do you want to come to the world where God created all of us equal? He gave us all. Now, and now, you see the problem.
Yeah, the hustlers have been denied using the expressway, Doc. I don't know how you feel about that. I don't like that idea, though.
They have been denied using.
Matachas have been banned temporarily from using the expressway.
Oh, so you want to use the expressway with legs?
Because of the accident that happened.
No,
So
I am asking, do you want to use leg walk on the expressway? Walk.
I want to be.
No, you start walking.
No, they don't. They did not build. I don't think we have a foot bridge there. We have a foot section there.
A
I
foot
don't think you
bridge.
can
No,
walk.
let me see. A foot bridge to where?
But the matatus that were being allowed.
Miriam, I think on that issue, let me make a comment.
Yes.
I actually agree on that. Let these matatus not be allowed. Miriam, for example, the matatu that overturned yesterday, the super metro. I wish you can see how even the small vehicles are being driven on the express highway very dangerously.
Gladwell, sorry, I'm cutting you. Do you know the matatu was not actually going to take the super highway? Because the matatu goes to the CBD, Super Metro, does not use the Mombasa. So it was not actually going to take the the expressway. It was trying to give way to a speeding personal vehicle that was coming. So it became a casualty, but it was not on the wrong actually. So let's just get those facts right. The matatu was not going to use the expressway.
Yes, I agree. But Miriam, these matatus,
and the first accident that happened on that expressway was a personal car. Remember?
Yesterday, the super metro yesterday overturned. Yes.
But the first accident that happened on the expressway was a personal car being overdriven with a person who was intoxicated.
Yes.
So these are the facts.
So, no, let's get it clear. Hold the fire. Intoxicated with what? With alcohol.
Yeah, they were driving under influence.
Okay, wait. How much does alcohol cost?
It depends.
Yes. This man was not drinking Maratina. The guy who was hammering such a big vehicle that landed in Mlolongo must be a man who goes to high-class nightclubs in South, isn't it?
But an accident happened. That is the point of contention.
Which contention?
But he caused an accident.
Yes, he did cause an accident after drinking high alcohol, paying 5,000 shillings per bottle. So you call, why do you allow him there? Now there is one thing.
Okay.
Wait first. Wait,
I'm confused.
Wait first.
Yes.
God created all of us. Forget about the hustler. All of us are equal on this planet Earth. We have red blood. Nobody has black blood. If you can show me green or yellow blood, I will be very happy. So Ruto should go to hang a stupid man. He's a very stupid person. Very stupid. He should go to hang. The earlier they hang him, he committed a better. As tuambie, hustler, David Ndi cannot even give the wife money for holiday, for hair. You want me to become... No, you want me to become a person I can. At least my wife has hair, very good hair. She makes hair. Kwenda. Yenye I'm not telling these people the truth, Jamen.
Daktari, allow me to say something. There's a photo I sent you of a chopper in the morning. Did you saw it?
The one that was going to...
Yes, that David D was saying that William Ruto is renting these choppers to the government. Is that not David D? David D is also stupid man. When he was in the other side, he knew that this is a corrupt. So now he's enjoying Timor another.
No, let me ask you.
Nonsense.
How did David indeed travel to Mombasa? Did he come by legs? On legs? Did he walk? Why can't Ruto tell us to walk from Nairobi up to here? We all become hustlers. Then the blood can change to black. You see, Miriam, you are giving this. This is something you are giving. Let's not give it even airtime. The hustler narrative died a long time ago.
All right. Let's use the term the ordinary Kenyans who use these matatus will not enjoy the services of this very important infrastructure. I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with what? Is it the matatu owner
with the directive by the CS.
Can I ask, is it the owner of the matatu or the passengers?
I don't agree that matatus have been banned from the expressway.
Because they behave badly. Why don't you agree with that?
Okay, but also other personal vehicles also have caused accidents in that expressway and they've not been burned. So
Yes,
are we being selective?
Everybody who behaves badly should be taken out. But matatu, I agree with you. Everybody who behaves badly should be taken out. But the matatu people behave worse. In fact, one of these days, if you allow matatus on top there, they will follow on us who are down.
Doc, you know the road we used to work every morning, you know that road?
Yes.
It's the worst in terms of road users. And the worst people there are the personal drivers. I'm telling you, the vehicles coming from the opposite side, we have to drive along the sidewalks because they've made their own, their own way, even on the opposite side, and the police are just there. A lot of them personal vehicles.
I don't know what. I don't know
that
whether
road we use to work. So it's ridiculous.
I don't know whether we should go further to explain. I think
I will not mention the road, but the drivers there are ridiculous, and it's one of the things I don't even enjoy. When I get to the office, I'm just happy I've arrived. Very careless drivers, including the personal, drivers during the morning, hours, rush hours. But what I'm saying is maybe they should introduce punitive measures for those people who will violate the rules, because right now they've said the vehicle should not be driving. The speed limit has been capped to 110 kilometers per hour. We already know the PSV's speed limit is already at 80 kilometers per hour. So that has been sorted. So that means they're targeting these personal vehicles, which are the ones who actually speed on that superhighway and that expressway.
So if
PSV is already at 80 kilometers per hour.
If the matatu is allowed on the express highway.
Yes, and then you're still paying for the taxes, so we should be allowed to use that, Doc.
Okay, the matatu is allowed on express highway.
Yes.
And you are going to standard group. Where do you drop? On top?
No, the ones that use the expressway, actually the ones that go straight to Kitengela or Mulolongo, the ones that don't need to go down.
That's okay.
Yeah, so very few of them, not every matatu on that road actually gets to use it.
But they are very badly mannered.
Yeah, just like that Subaru driver that caused an accident also.
Yeah, they are badly mannered. we are not the ones who created the class struggle. Let them go and ask Jesus why he asked for a donkey. And they refused to walk to Jerusalem to drive away root of thieves. Wacha.
Look,
We didn't. No. We did not create a class struggle.
But it's discriminative.
The class struggle was created by God himself. Why did God later on send somebody special to die for us? Why didn't God leave us to die alone? Well, let's explain these things now.
Well, the death made us all equal. So what I'm saying is, there should be some equality. I know there's equity and equality. This time there should be some level of equality in access to...
No, the type of death Jesus died, is it equal to ours?
It made us all be able to access grace, and we're all equal.
We die of cancer, we die of malaria.
Let's go to London, your best city. In the developed world, the public sector transport is one of the key infrastructures that the government pays attention to. Today, you don't even have to drive in London. You can hop into a tram or you can hop into a train and you're fine. The government has invested in the public transportation.
Miriam, you can even ride.
Yes, the government has made sure that the public transportation has been catered for in a way that majority of public, you don't even find a need to take your personal car. So that is just all I'm saying.
Okay. Can I tell you one thing, my dear sister? Mm-hmm. The people in London are very, very disciplined.
We are getting there.
Please, they are very disciplined.
How long is that democracy? How many years?
1,922 years.
So we'll give ourselves some grace because we're also getting there.
Yes. Let's agree. So on a sober note, let's agree on that.
Yes.
In London, for example, you can't just drive on overlap and then start driving madly. You can't go far. The owners, the civilians themselves will arrest you. Themselves, they will tell you, no, you are not passing. You are not passing. And they call police. As you are arguing there, one has called police. They are coming. So we have not reached that stage. Here in Nairobi, you go to the street. If somebody says Matanga, thief, they will kill me. That's why I don't walk in those areas. By the time they said this is Matanga, you are killing, they have killed me. We have not reached that stage of being, say, who is this? What is going on? Miriam, let me tell you, if you have been looking for a quick way of reaching heaven or hell, let's go to River Road and I shout feast.
Mm-hmm.
They will tear your clothes before even asking, what did you steal?
But we've gotten to a level where we have a beautiful road known as the Expressway, surely. We can all enjoy it. They just need to put proper rules to guide the motorists there, not discriminate. That's all I'm saying.
Nobody has discriminated. Themselves have discriminated themselves by being bad mannered.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If you allow them up there, they are going to urinate there. Even stand outside the car and urinate. You are going to see pictures are going to come from there. People stop their car and urinate on that motorway. I'm telling you, we have a problem with people in Africa who tuambiane ukweli. It's not only in Kenya, even in Africa, in Entebbe Highway, Expressway. There is an expressway in Entebbe. People are even killing people there. They lay a roadblock. You be careful. No, you be one of these days. You will hear that robbers laid a roadblock on the highway, on the express highway in Kenya during that time. They stole somebody and killed someone. Am I wrong? Medium, if you said no, then we close the subject now. Am I wrong? They are going to weigh. In fact, they rob even the van. They will follow the van for the money and rob it from the express highway. While people are thinking there's a police check here ahead, they are robbing the car. Is that Uhuru Kenyatta's problem? It's our problem. We have a very bad mindset. We people have a very bad, organized, focused mindset, which is very focused in a wrong direction. We always view everything as government property, not as yours. Am I wrong?
It is ours. That's all I've been trying to say for the last 30 minutes. So we have a responsibility to take care of it.
Exactly.
We just need to remind us.
But the moment we start saying this is theirs, then you go there and start urinating during that time, stop your car. Simamisha gari hapo, inaona nasikia mbaya, nataka kudisaidia. They are going to do it. Hey, haven't you seen the people when you are driving to Mombasa? A man has parked his van on the side, and the children are watching. His children are watching from the window. Daddy, how are you? He's urinating in the bush. What do you think those children are going to say about you? The mother has gone and pulled it down up the skirt. He's in the bush. They are there. And the children are in the car smiling, saying, Mommy, Mommy. Kiptanui, Gladwell, am I wrong? Am I wrong, Gladwell? Niambie.
No,
you are not wrong.
The story bado tuko nayo hapa. Me, I cannot urinate on the road. Even if I rather go in the house and urinate in my trouser. let it come out in my folder. But you cannot find me. Some men behave very badly, surely. That behavior you blame Uhuru Kenyatta. That Uhuru Kenyatta should control your urine. No way. No way. Miriam, Corona came to teach us so many things. You go with your family to Sagrit. You want to eat meat. The children sit. Then you go, you enter the toilet. Then you come out. No washing hands. Now, is the meat ready? Let meat. You are... Now you blame who? Are you blaming? No, tuambiane ukweli, jamani. We have watched. I have gone there with Moses several times. We sit and watch people. Even he comes out of the toilet, he starts quickly, hey, leta nyama upesi, ichumbi iko up. He has just been touching feces inside there. Why don't we talk the truth? When will this community fail our people, African people? We call ourselves, we are the underdeveloped. How do you call your nation underdeveloped?
But they've called us that.
Who? Why should you allow to be called underdeveloped?
The people who created the class struggle.
Let me tell you. Do you know why you are called underdeveloped? Because you come from the toilet and then go and eat meat with your children you have taken out on Sunday without washing your hands.
We are third world.
Yeah, without washing your hands. But if you came from the toilet...
The people I've seen in my life that are really, really dirty, a lot of them are white people, so I don't know what you're talking about. I've worked with even some, they don't even bathe for a whole week. I mean, so I think it cuts across, but I agree with you on some manners in terms of how we perceive this infrastructure. We don't look at it as if it is something that belongs to us and we have a responsibility to take care of it. I think we lack that.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Lakini huko kwa kutonawa, wale watu wa huko, Doc, you know them. Hawa watu hata waogi. And there's an app.
Umeona nakuletea hapo kwa television, umeona mimi nakuletea mzungu rafiki yangu.
Doc, kumekuwa na breaking news. High Court dismisses case seeking to oust DP Ruto over alleged neglect of duty, says it is a political process reserved for Parliament. I even forgot that case was in the court, but High Court imesema hiyo ni political process that should be reserved to Parliament, so it cannot stop. It cannot oust the Deputy President William Ruto for absconding, neglecting his duties. So that is
whoever went there is also very stupid. The word stupid is very paramount today. Muizi huyo. Why do you make an application when you know the Constitution? The only way to remove the Deputy President is either he voluntarily resigns, he is insane, or he is full of AIDS and the hair is falling off, like this one. And then the other one is growing mad and beating people. When the hair starts falling off is when you remove him, because now the hair will fall in people's food. Sorry. Hapo tunachomana sahi. That's how bad things are now. Well, why did he go to court to do what, Miriam? Alienda kufanya nini huko? That man is very stupid that they want also to put themselves on a newspaper, national newspaper. How do you go to court that you are removing Mr.
He had neglected his duties.
Neglected you is that there is a procedure to remove him in neglected.
And that is what the court said. That is a political process taken.
The court for the first time there, it is correct.
That's right. Yeah.
If it was Wamutata, it's useless. He was only looking for money for breakfast.
Yeah, and Kenyans are wondering where Wamutata is. We need him to come to the expressway case.
Wamutata is waiting for a big Wamutata is waiting for a big blow.
Okay.
Is waiting to bring your people down. This guy here is waiting. You know, Wamutata is waiting for it to be brought. Kabisa pap. As soon as the presidential election is over, Wamutata will be in court. And we shall go back. So prepare ourselves. Kenyatta is still here until January. Swearing-in will be in February. Because if we are still organizing some things, you don't force us.
And do you know, Doc, that is something that even the reporters were asking the IEBC this morning during the press conference. Are we really ready to have these elections, or do you foresee a situation where we might have to postpone these elections? But IEBC insisted that, you know what, even the first batch of the ballot papers are arriving in the country today, so we are ready.
They can arrive, they will be used as toilet paper.
Miriam.
Yes.
In fact, do you know that those papers, wherever they are, they could be set on fire? People are very upset. Why do you bring the papers here when you have already collected 3 million pounds, dollars in cash? You think people are stupid, surely, Chebukati.
Miriam.
But
Yes.
have you ever come closer to Chebukati? Let me ask you, Miriam. Have you ever come very close to Chebukati, how he looks like? I came very close to Chebukati and I wanted to tell him, is this the guy? He looks very bad. He doesn't give you the energy to be able to chairman. I don't know why they selected this guy, Jermaine. Yeah. We make mistakes. We plant very bad fruits that later on turn on us and eat us. Yes, Kiptunui.
Kiptunui, come in.
Miriam, I wanted to ask you this. Do you know why these people are rushing these ballot papers? Because they have already taken money. They have already taken 10% of those deals. So if you see Chebukati is being asked, are you prepared? And he's saying, in fact, the first batch of ballot papers are already here. Do you know the reason? Because they have already taken the 10% for those deals. But Wetangula has already taken something. So you don't care. I told you yesterday that this gentleman does not care what will happen. Even if we will shed blood, we will kill each other, he does not care. As long as he has taken money, it's set to go. He is a man that is corrupt. He's a man that does not even belong to. He's not even supposed to be around here. Thank you.
Okay. Doc, are we going to look at the diplomatic legacy of President Kenyatta?
I think it is evading us.
It's elusive now. I agree.
Eh?
It has become elusive. We can look at it tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow let's open it up as it is under unfiltered. We see the good things, the aircraft, the president has gone when everybody has reached his base. Because right now, the Wakinabedi, Karanja, they are on the way. They are moving towards a certain destination. They haven't settled. Then let's look at it in the morning. Good morning, Africa. And thank you very much.
I'm also waiting for you, Daktari, in Nakuru.
Yes, I am. Nakuru, I will be there on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. And just a quick update before we wind up. Moses Wetangula tweeted 13 hours ago, and he said, "I have instructed Senior Counsel Ahmed Nasir, aka the Mullah, to take legal action against ODM desperados to stop their reckless inanity against Weta and Kenya Kwanza, watajua hawajui," I think against those claims that Azimio was making. And he said, when ODM and their wicked accomplices conspired against me and I think FK, that should be Faruqi Bet, they said I was of no consequence. Why are they suddenly scared of Weta of no consequence? If I scare them to ridicule themselves this much, what of the chief hustler? So he's saying he has instructed his legal counsel to take action against these claims that were made by I think Secretary General of the Azimio One Kenya Alliance, Junet Mohammed, of the ballot staffing and all that had really mentioned Wetangula adversely. So he has instructed. So let's see if at all that will actually make it to the court.
That is all rubbish. You know, Kanai is stupid again, a very stupid man. Can I tell you one thing? Actually, the ballot papers have arrived. You haven't seen them?
Yeah, they did arrive. Those ones you're saying that we may not need, but they're here. All right. So, Kiptanui, is there anything you'd like to add?
No, there is something that I want to... There's something that I want to tell you. Which is very sad. That Miriam, we better, as we conclude this on this Moses Wetangula saga, this morning I made my there are 4 things that you want to know. Facts. I just want to bring yes, this is it. I don't know how many Kenyans remember this. All of you, I want to ask you one by one. Miriam, do you remember when Somali pirates were hijacking ships on Indian Ocean?
Purportedly, yeah.
No, they were Somali pirates, not purportedly. Somali pirates were hijacking ships.
There are lots of stories around that. That's why I'm saying purportedly.
What is the story?
That some foreign shipping companies had interest there, so they wanted the Somalis to be looked
now
at
you are jumping on second stage.
So that's why I said purportedly.
So
but, I remembered.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Now the Somali during that time, when the Somalis purportedly, as you can put it, who was the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Kenya?
Was it Wetangula?
No, all of you should answer. Anybody who can answer can get a good blessing. Who was the Minister of Foreign Affairs?
Was it not?
Moses Wetangula, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Who was the Minister of Foreign Affairs when the Tokyo embassy sank into Pacific Ocean?
Moses Wetangula.
Okay, who was the Minister of Foreign Affairs when the Grand Regency Hotel saga rocked Kibaki government?
Moses Wetangula.
Uh-huh. The Mujingo Island border saga, who was given money to demarcate the boundaries, and who was the Minister of Foreign Affairs? Medium, have you seen that? So you are purported the number one. Who were the beneficiaries? Because Wetangula, as he said, Grandi Mura was also one of the beneficiaries of the pirates with Wetangula. So they are brothers. When you talk, write to Grandi Mura's Facebook and say you are a pirate beneficiary, he will block you. They could negotiate. You are right. People could negotiate ransom after the ships have been taken. Wetangula made the money. Wetangula made the money there. We don't forget. You Kenyans forget so easy. Wetangula made the money there. I can name you about 10 people who made the money in those ships.
It was a well-orchestrated enterprise.
So, thank you very much. God bless you. That is the type of life Wetangula can deny that his mother never produced him. You know, have you seen a person who said, that is not my mother? It is Wetangula, if you don't know him. So, I have given you the simple analysis. Who was the Minister of Foreign Affairs when all these bad things were happening? Then you tell me he doesn't know those Greek. We've got the letters now of his handwriting and the signature himself. The Greek people have arrested those guys for you know, Greece is part of the European Union and they follow.
There's a very important information we've missed in this story, and I was watching the news yesterday and it was brought to my attention. That Greek company also subcontracts for the balloting and all the services that IEBC sought from it. Another company from Italy.
And the Netherlands.
So when I heard Italy, and I just...
June Ruta. When you hear about Italy, you hear about June Ruta. I think you know the story.
Okay. I didn't think about that, but yeah.
I'm telling you.
I said we have a problem because other company, we are now paying them for work they did not do. I'll be paying them through my taxes.
And you are going to pay through your blood.
They're still
you are going to pay through
elections.
your blood. The election is coming, the ballots are coming to kill you.
I'm telling you. But have you heard, Doc?
I've not heard.
That Johnson is set to resign as the Tory leader, but remains a prime minister until autumn. He's leaving. Boris.
Yes.
Yeah.
Breaking news. And he has called for a snap election. That is very dangerous for the Tories. Beleaguered. Don't say Johnson. It's the beleaguered prime minister.
Besieged. Prime minister.
Beleaguered. Besieged is that he can't leave the house. But beleaguered is you walk while you are even eating. Aende. In fact, conservative now cannot get power. The only problem we have, Medium, is that we in the Labour Party, we have another problem. We don't have a very charismatic leader who can win an election like Tony Blair. So the Conservatives might win again.
Okay.
So it's calling for elections. We are gonna go for elections. You know that we are already registered. Even me, where I am here now, it's a Tupac Kura. tupa in post, by post, itafika huko. Why? They don't need to do what Chemkati is doing to us to bring papers fast so that in case you cancel the contract, it's already done. He has finished us. He's a mafia. It's a cartel. It's a cartels, man. Mchunge hawa sana. Thank you very much, Miriam. I see you tomorrow morning.
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you, Kiptanui Savadia from Nakuru. Thank you.
And Gladwell went, Mom, what is the problem?
Gladwell, would you like to say something as we conclude?
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, I was listening.
You are listening to what?
Now, what I wanted to say about June Ruto, yeah. Also, I was just following.
By the way, she resembles you.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Dog.
Yeah, they resemble each other in the face, only that you are brown and she's dark. Look at the Gladwell and the Junior Ruto. That's the type of morphology they have together.
So let's conclude, and then I go look at that. Thank you so much, Doc. We'll see you. We'll see you tomorrow, Gladwell. Thank you so much for your time. Yeah, and thank you, Douglas.
As I show you the ocean again, there you are, and the guy is there.
All right,
Mr. You have seen the ocean? Yes.
All right.
We are going near there now.